Hello and welcome to Dudes Comic Haul. I'm Jason and this is my video where I share with you the books I picked up today and talk a little bit about what I'm expecting from them and what I thought of the series thus far. I've not done these in a while, so I thought, it's about due to do one. I did toy with the idea of calling it YCC Haul, but I don't know if that's somebody else's gimmick, so I didn't want to kind of tread on anyone's toes. So I just stuck with Dudes Comic Haul. Before we get into today's new books, we're going to go a couple of books I had arrived in the post from I got off eBay. First up, we have Green Lantern, issue number 25. I've recently jumped back on board the Green Lantern books. One of my favourite DC characters. And I'm trying to plug the gaps in my collection. So yeah, I got issue number 25. And then we have issue number 1 of WWE Superstars. I knew they were doing this, but I didn't realise Mick Foley was writing it until I heard Michael Moore talk about this, so I thought, I'd give it a go. I couldn't get the cover I wanted. The cover I wanted was like 10-15 quid, and I wasn't going to pay that much money for a book I didn't know about, I didn't know if it was good or not, so I thought, I'll just get it as cheap as I can, so I got the cheapest one I could get. So it's not the cover I wanted, but at least I get to check out the book, so that's those. So jumping into today's book, at time of recording, it is New Comic Book Day, the best day of the week, and I've been to my shop. I braved the weather. Here in the UK, it's been a miserable day. We've just had rain. It feels non-stop all day. I think just now it's stopped, and that's the first time today that it stopped. So yeah, but I braved the rain and I got my comics, and so let's get into this. 9 books I picked up this week. First off, from Dark Horse Comics, we have Star Wars issue number 14. This concludes the 2-part Vader story that they've been running. Really good. Vader's gone undercover with a couple of stormtroopers and a young officer called Ensign Nanda, and they are investigating how Colonel Bircher, a rebel spy, was able to infiltrate the Imperial Navy so high. This has been really good. It did go a couple of issues, this series did, where it went off a bit and the stories were a bit too much going on and you didn't get enough of each, it wasn't flowing. But I feel, this book's really started to come back good now, and I've really enjoyed this Vader story, so I'm looking forward to seeing how it gets wrapped up. We then jump over to DC Comics. We have, let's have a look, 4 books from DC this week. Kicking off first, we have Batman, issue number 28. And we take a month out from the Year Zero storyline, and we are getting a glimpse into the future with Batman Eternal. Now, I'm excited for this because Batman Eternal is going to be a weekly series that comes out in April. And I'm looking forward to it because I don't know nothing at all about Batman Eternal, what it's going to be about or anything, so I'm really hoping this is going to give us some clues. My only slight gripe is the reason that we've got this is that it was going to be a double issue and Greg Capullo needed more time to finish it. Now I'm all for giving him more time because you don't want them to rush it out and it not to be as good, so I'm all for that. I'm not got an issue with that. The only problem is this is already a long story, this Year Zero. And now it's delayed by a month now, and we had the whole Villains month where it was delayed a month. So it just makes a long story feel even longer. So that's the only gripe, but it can't be helped because at the end of the day, you'd rather Capullo took a month longer to do it and for it to be good. And I am looking forward to my glimpse into Batman Eternal. Next up, we have Green Lantern Corps, issue number 28. Like I said, just jump back on board these books, really enjoying them. Especially really like how they write John Stewart in this book. So yeah, looking forward to seeing what happens next in there. We then have Justice League 3000, issue number 3. When this first came out, I rolled my eyes, was like, yeah, what we need, another Justice League book. However, this is actually quite good. When it first came out, I didn't realise it was a $2.99 book. I thought it was going to be another $3.99, and that's why I didn't even bother looking at it. But I found out it was a $2.99 book, and the story itself is also quite interesting. The first issue was okay, really sets up everything in the thing, everything in this world. The second issue was really good, and things really ended badly for our heroes, and it's going to be interesting to see what happens next. But this has been good. There's a good mix of humour and action in it, and yeah, I've really enjoyed it. A lot more humour than you would expect for a DC book. Next we have Superman Wonder Woman issue number 5. Charles Soule writing, need I say more. Tony Daniels' art is really great in this as well, but Charles Soule, just everything he writes at the moment is just really good, so yeah. Then jumping over to Image, just one book from them this week, and that is Manifest Destiny. Really glad I listened to the boys and jumped on board this book. It has been brilliant. If you like your historical fiction, this is or your mythology, this is definitely one worth picking up. We then jump over to Marvel, the Mighty House of Marvel, and we have Avengers issue number 26. We've got these evil Avengers that have come into our universe, so that's going to be interesting. It does feel a bit like, have they ripped off Forever Evil? But I think with how far ahead they have to plan stuff out and write stuff, that I think this probably is just a coincidence. I wouldn't think they'd have pitched the idea. I think it's just a coincidence, and it fits in with where the other stories have been going with these other Earths. But yeah, I'm really interested to find out what their world's like, because I love alternate reality stuff. So it'd be really interesting to see how their Earth differs to our Earth. So yeah, so I'm interested in reading that. We then have Superior Spider-Man issue number 27. Point now. All these numbers, I don't like all these numbering systems. It's just really confusing. And I'm more for Marvel highlighting jumping on points. That's great. If it means more people are going to jump onto books, that's great. However, some of these jumping on points have been rubbish. The last issue of Captain America, that was no way a jumping on point. And I've got to think, you've got here the Superior Spider-Man, the final story of Superior Spider-Man before Peter Parker, the true Superior Spider-Man, returns. So, like, this is the final act. This is the last chapter, and you're asking people to jump in here? Nah. I think wait. If you haven't been reading this, wait till Amazing Spider-Man comes out if you want to jump on, and then pick up all these in trade. Yeah, but I'm really looking forward to this down. I'm interested in how they're going to resolve everything. And finally, we have Thor: God of Thunder issue number 19. This is another one of those jumping on point things. I'd dropped this book, but he's had Ribic back on art. I thought, see what it's like. So yeah, pick this one up. So those are my books for this week. I will be back later in the week with reviews on those books, but my reviews will be a bit different this week. Every so often I change things up a bit. It makes it a bit more interesting for me. Also, I try to always, when I change things, to improve the videos and make them better for the viewers and make them easier to view. So what I'm going to start doing every week, every Friday, you will have Dudes Comics of the Week, and each week I'm going to pick out my 5 favourite comics of the week and review them. It will be about a 10-minute video where I review the 5 books. I'm not going to do no countdown. There won't be no special order. It'll just be a review of my 5 favourite from that week. Then, some point over the weekend, I will upload Dude's Comic Book Roundup, where I will review the rest of the books that I didn't review. So this week I've got 9 books, so you're going to have 5 in Dude's Comics of the Week, and then you'll have 4 in Dude's Comic Book Roundup, where I'll review the books. And they might not all be bad. It might not be that they're bad. It might be they're different shades of awesomeness. So, yeah. But that's the plan. Anywho, hopefully, you know, with them being shorter, because I know the last couple of weeks my Dude's Comic Book Goodness videos have been quite long, and I do worry about when they're too long, because I know how hard it is, because there's so many videos to watch these days. It's hard, and I know myself. I know there's a couple of people that if they do a long video, I'll watch it because I like their videos or I like them as people. But mainly I tend to stick to like shorter videos, under 20 minutes. So I like to try and stick to that myself and make them easier for people to see, and hopefully doing my videos in this way will make things easier. I'll still do my hour reviews. We've got a date for that, then that's coming back on Thursday the 20th of February, of the 20th of February. So I'll start doing my hour reviews again then. but they'll be a separate video now. They won't be part of like Dude's Comic Book Goodness. They'll just be their own separate video. So those are my plans, and I hope those changes are going to help and make life easier for people who want to watch the videos. Thank you very much for watching this video. Like I say, I will be back later in the week. I've been Jason. This has been Dude's Comic Haul. Bye for now.